Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 19 of Platinum End. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me and join me in this great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode, we saw the last candidate appearing. Let's see what's going to happen now after he decided to call the Prime Minister and say, please stop, don't do anything. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. No, it's better if you don't do anything. Roppongi. Shiodome. Odaiba. Gina Shibuya, okay. Where is Mirai? Ah, Kasaka, Mirai. Oh, okay. Okay. So he was listening to the last candidate. Because of the last candidate. What's that? I mean, it's a drone, but... Is the last candidate talking? Maybe. No. She didn't know that Saki was an angel. I mean, a candidate, sorry. Yeah, but how they are going to understand it? I mean, if they speak Japanese, I don't understand. Oh no! Uh, yeah, but... Oh, especially for Japanese people, if you don't work, it's so nice. What kind of world is that? I mean... Ma until Mirai, you should wait for his choice. What? Okay, please. Oh, that's kinda crazy, yeah. Okay. Okay, this is definitely better. Eh. Come on, Mirai. Show. Oh! This was awesome! And he's going out of the window. Ah, Yurakucho. Okay, well, that was fast. Yeah. The Prime Minister. Yeah, welcome to reality. Oh, everyone knows him. No, wait. I am scared. Okay. Let's hear this theory. Okay. Oh. What did the Metropoli man understand? Okay. Okay, because he was telling this about the angels too. Okay, okay, the secret. Whoa! This is a part of the secret we needed to get in touch with. I was waiting for this. Go ahead. Yeah. Yes! Yes! Look, it was already easy what he said. uh, that's right! This is a religion versus science. Yeah. Yes! Yes! Oh, come on. Come on, yes, the most interesting part. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh, oh! Oh! Okay, this is interesting. So, if nobody can become a god, what's going to happen? Yeah. Wow, Nietzsche. Okay. But what if, who's this? Oh, what? What? Who's guiding these people? What? So who is? Uh, it's really odd, yes. Yeah. Mm. Okay, Saki. But it doesn't have to be one of you anyway. Oh! Now they are going to fight because they created two different parts. No, master, there is not this rule written anywhere. Come on. See that the small number. Ah. Oh. No F way. Oh, I mean, I agree with what Tamira is saying, but I'm so sad that he wants to become a god. Eh? Oh! But who's commanding these people? I wanna know. Wow, this episode was a pretty intense, full of dialogues and so many things to say. But first of all, okay, we understood what this last candidate wants to say and his thoughts about this. The fact that God doesn't exist and it's just a mere creation of human beings. All that he explained was the same things that we many people believe because he was making a contrast between science and religion. If you believe in science, it's really hard for you to believe in a religious god and things like this because science has this concept that everything can be explained. God somehow can't be explained. In fact, there is always these mystic feelings when we are talking about God because we can't explain if there is one, or we can't explain the appearance of this God. We can't say anything rather than saying God. But when we have to analyze this term and we have to create a logical explanation, we are not able to do so. when we try to explain what God is and how He's doing this or why He's doing this, etc., 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 we don't have the answer, because some people believe that we are human beings and we are not able to find an explanation. We are too down on earth to do so, and we can't. There are other people who don't believe in God because they say that if they can't see it, they can't believe so. And I think that I don't have the answer to. I mean, I can't stay here telling you all of my thoughts about it, but we can't reach a final answer. So you all can have different opinions. You are able to believe in God or not. You're able to believe in science instead of a religion. It's up to you, but definitely it's really hard to believe something if you can't see it. Most of the people need an evidence to do so. In the case of God, they are always telling us, I mean, in church, no matter the religion you're about to believe, they always tell you, no matter what, you have to believe. Even if you don't see it, that's a faith. And if you have a faith, you're able to believe in even if you don't see. Is this a way to corrupt people? Maybe at this point, because the more people believe, so the more they can be tricked by believing in something that they can see, and it's okay, it's enough. I am not here to judge your thoughts. I am not here to tell you what's good to do, what's not good to do. But this episode makes you think a lot. And sometimes it's really interesting to stop and think. Some of these questions that we can't explain or we can't have an answer for, it's really interesting because it can open our mind, it can extend our horizons, and even if we are not able to find an answer, it's already definitely interesting to try to think what's going on with this world, why we are here, who put us here, is it just a coincidence that we are here, or is there a purpose that we are here? That's pretty interesting to ask. And I repeat you, even if we don't have an answer for these, we can guess, we can try to find our personal answer that can't be true 100%, but it's more interesting than not thinking anything, don't you think? I really like Mirai once again, because first of all, when he said I don't want to become a god, and then he said that if I become a god, I will not do anything, and then he was explaining why he was saying something like this, because he prefers to give human beings the free will to choose what to do instead of him commanding them what to do. This is the same principle that if you follow religion, God has. That means God is not deciding for you, you have to decide for your own decisions, and it's called the free will. And then God is going to see what you're deciding to do, and He is going to let you go ahead with the steps you're taking. Because you, human being, are going to define your path, the path of your life, and then there will be at the end of your life the judgment. That is what God's supposed to do. It exists or not. Some people believe that God is just an energy that is ruling the world. Some other people believe that a real entity exists and that is ruling everything. Some other people don't believe in this because they think that just because we are on this planet, that doesn't mean that all the other planets don't matter. I mean, why do we have to matter and all the rest of the universe don't? Other people believe that God is the ruler of the entire universe. Some other people don't believe so. I mean, as you can see, human beings are developing different thoughts, different theories. I think that at this point, guys, we will never know the truth. I mean, no matter if this energy exists or not, we can't prove it so far. So it's funny, interesting, inspiring to keep guessing, to keep going ahead with these answers that we can develop, even if they are not ultimate answers. But we can just keep going ahead and see what's going on. Let's see if we will be alive to see some changes or not. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. At the end of the day, I really like the Mira, yes, going back with what I was saying, because of what he was talking about, that small number. Because as you see, once again, as much as he was feeling sad because he couldn't save Metro Poliman at this point, at the end of the day, even in this episode, he's remarking the fact that even that small percentage matters, because it seems a little percentage, but when you compare that percentage to the rest of the world, the 7 millions of people matter. And the fact that Mirai wants to take care of that percentage too, and by saying yeah, that he wants to become a god to prevent that, yeah, that's great, because for the first time you see that everything is unbalanced. I mean, everything is taken care of on that small proportion, that small number, instead of the big ones. So I definitely agree with this. So most of the times we pay attention on huge numbers and we really wanted to seek huge numbers, but we forget the substance. I mean, sometimes it's better to have less numbers but with a huge substance instead of the contrary. I think that what this story wants to make you understand is that sometimes even that one life matter. And we know that usually people are sacrificing themselves for huge numbers, but in this case, if we have the chance to find a story that is taking the importance on the small numbers, that makes a difference. Anyway, at the end of the episode, we saw that even Susumu died because there are these infiltrated men trying to shoot all of them. And Mirai, of course, was speechless because he couldn't imagine, couldn't believe that this could have happened. But listen, I want to understand who put those agents over there to shoot them. There has to be somebody else at this point who was trying to make fun of them, or is trying to kill all of them because he or she, but that's a he because we hear this male voice, that has another project to do so, or that at this point it could be even the police officer. Can you imagine? He wanted to unify all of them in order to kill them and in order to finish all this mess, all this problem. That could be a great plot twist. But we needed to understand more who that person is and what's the purpose of that person at this point. That is interesting, yeah. What this professor was saying at the end of the day is not totally wrong. And of course we know that even ancient cultures were worshipping gods, and they were the first ones to do so because there was the necessity to have a god. And I agree with the Saki at this point, because she's saying something correct. Sometimes people need a god, need to rely on somebody, because it's a way to go on living. It's a way to think that even if you did something bad, you still have time to redeem yourself. You still have time to pay for it and to wish for something better. That means heaven. So by creating these thoughts inside of your mind, you're still believing into something as a second chance or a second possibility, as much as they all had a second chance when everything was hopeless, right? So believing this is not wrong. I mean, everyone is free to believe whatever he or she or they want. But definitely sometimes we need to ask ourselves, what's good to do? Should we rely on this energy or this entity that we believe that it exists, or not? Should we believe in ourselves instead, as much as this last candidate is saying, because we can be the god of ourselves, and this is pure philosophy. Should we believe that there is another explanation for all this? We should try to invent another explanation to see if it makes sense. I mean, this episode was great because it gives you a free interpretation of what you think, that it's good to think. So there is no judgment, there is not a good option and a bad option. It's just, it's important to keep thinking. And we shouldn't stop thinking, because if we do so, even our mentality is gone. If we keep thinking that there is another explanation, or if we keep thinking that one of these two explanations can be good or bad or whatsoever, if we keep thinking, we are still alive. Otherwise, we are completely dead. If we stop thinking and we just accept what we see or what other people choose for us to think, that's over. If we keep thinking, we can still build our own personality, our own thoughts, and we can still be alive. But now I can't wait for episode 20 because I needed to understand who put those people to shoot these god candidates, and we needed to understand how this thing is going ahead, because Mirai, now that he saw Susumu dying, let's see. But anyway, Mirai wants to become a god. Last but not least, I wanted to say this. I am happy because his intentions are pretty good. But at the same time, I'm sad because he wants to become a god and he knows that he can't fit that role. So let's see, there are other 5 episodes left. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. See you next week with episode 20 of A Platinum End. Thank you so much for the support. Bye guys, see you in the next video.